Continue. You can
Has it
continue.
started?
Yes.
Okay. So, sorry, we didn't know that the YouTube was not recording, and I've already done a lot. So, basically, I'll just run down what I did. I copied from the sheets and pasted the third one and the fifth one because I already pasted the first and second. I adjusted the colors. You can adjust the color of this your bar chart to 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 fit the color of whatever background color you chose for your shape. So I changed this option over here, the text option, to white because I wanted it to stand out more. I changed all of them to white. So to do that, there's axis option and then there's text option. So to do that, you go to text option and then you come to the color and then you choose the color you want. If I want, I can change it to black back, but I don't want black. I want white, so I'm going to change it to white. You can do the same thing for here. You use text option to edit it. For this place, I change this to um. You come over here. This um icon here is what you use to edit and change the color. You come to color, you can change the color to any color you want. So I chose this ash color and you can choose white too, but I don't want white. I want ash color. So I put ash color there. So over here to use the text option to edit this one too. This one you use the series option. You just have to go over to this icon that is showing you bar chart kind of icon. So that's basically what I did. And I also showed how to explode. You can explode your pie chart, but I don't want to explode mine. But this is how you can explode it. You come over to this series option and then you can adjust to explode it. Maybe you want it separate, can do just that. But I don't want to explode, so I'll just drag it back. So now I want us to move over to slicers. And I was also explaining that you should be careful where you click. Sometimes you can click on just the shape. That's like right now I'm clicking on the shape. So when you click on the shape, you might think that why is my formatting not working? You need to take note that you need to click the charts, within the charts. So you see it's different. So you might not notice that it's different because I hid the borders, the look at the border. I said no line. I don't know why it's showing me this. Okay, no line. So the border is hidden. So you might not really notice that what's it called? That is different. That this is a different one. Like now I've clicked out again. You can see it's at the edge. I've clicked out. And if I want to edit, I'll have to click in. Now I've clicked in and I'm within the cell. So please let's take notes of that. Okay, and yes, and any of them you want to edit, any part you want to edit, you just need to click on it so it will highlight it, and then you go to your text option. Sometimes this thing might not show, and you might be confused. So you can right click and write yes. I've clicked out again. You can right click and look for formats. Yes, when you click on formats, the option will come again, or you just make sure you double click on it so that the options will show. So now we're going to move to slicers, how to create slicers. So I've clicked out again. I'll have to click in because as you are creating your slicers, you need to click in one of the charts. So You come over to insert. When you come to insert, you look for slicers. Look at slicers over here. You click on it. And for the slicer like is what you can use to filter your data to look for a specific information. So for this one, what we'll need in our slicer, the kind of slicer we'll need should be, we'll need months. Let's say, for instance, the client wants to be able to just at random check maybe the month of January, see how the company did in the month of January. You can just see it through clicking on scrolling through the slicers and choosing the months they want. So months, we don't need year because it's the same year. We don't need merchant's name. Category, within, maybe that's one this thing we can do. So I'll go through it again. So let's we'll look for customer name. I don't know if that one is important. We just have top 10 customers, except you want to look for a particular customers, but that one is not important. Gender, we will need gender to see how females did generally in both months and age categories. We will see how adult females did, see how elderly females did, or elderly males or adult males. So that's the importance of slicer. It just makes the work easy. So we don't need customer ID, we don't need name, surname, customer name, gender, good, birth dates, no, not needed, age, not needed, age category, certainly we need it. And then transaction amount, no, dates, months, year. All right, that's all we need. So okay, and see our slicers have pop up. So now let's drag over here. Let me remove this. Let's drag it over here. Drag this one over here. I notice we did not do anything by category. We are going to do that before I finish. So you can adjust your slicers to the shape you want, like how big or how long you want it to be. So this one should be here. Okay. So now that we've put our slicers, let me do something. So January, we can see that it's only this one that changed. Like it was only this one that changed for that January. Let me remove it. Let you see when it changed. Let me click on January now again. January, you see, it's only this one that was like that indicated that the slicer affected it. So this is the total revenue by gender for January, for only January. So, but we don't want for only this slicer to be we don't want our chart, this chart to be the only one that is influenced by our slicer. So we are going to adjust that right now. So when we click on the slicer, see we are under slicers too. So come over here, click on this slicer too for it to come down. Remember, I unpinned this. Let me pin it back so that you can be understanding what I'm doing. So you might be in home when you click on it. So once you click on the slicer, make sure you come over to the slicer to here, these options, you click on it. So I want to adjust my slicer color too. Let me just, or we can just stick with that one. That one looks good too. So that's not what I came for. So if you want to connect your slicers to these 4 charts, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you come over here, you click on it, you click on this report connection. So you can see there's pivot table 1, pivot table 2, 3, and 4. So we want to connect all of them to this slicer, so that when we click on January or February, it will affect all the slicers and not just this one that we used to create the slicers. So and also what I also spoke about total revenue, like changing your sheet name. So for instance, now you have a lot of pivot table that you created. If you don't change your sheet name, you might be confused. Maybe you don't want that that particular chart to be influenced by your slicer, and then you might not know whether it's sheet 2 or 3 or 4. So sometimes it's good to change your sheet name so that you can easily identify the sheet that you want to connect to your slicers. So let me select so this whole 4 sheets, I want them to be connected to my slicers. So as I've selected all of them, I click OK, and it's already done. So now let's come over here. Let's try again. Let's click January. So you can see now it has affected the whole charts, the 4 charts, not just one, not just two. It has affected the whole 4 charts. So we should take note of that. So undo our slicer, we can just, to clear the filter, can just click on clear filter and it's back to normal. So we're going to do the same thing for this other slicer. So report connection, click, click, and click to connect, then okay. Then for this one, so report connection, click, 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 connect, okay. So that's it for this. Okay, I said I'm going to do one more chart so that it will, for category, then I'll add the category slicer. So let's do Control D to duplicate. Remember I say Control D to duplicate the this our charts. Let me see. Let me adjust this one. Oh, sorry, not this one. You see what I say? You need to be careful of where you are clicking on, because as you are moving this one, I've adjusted this one now. I need to come and click within the chart to move it to. So due to there is no borderline, you might get confused. So you should just take note of this. So I want to adjust this one too, so they'll all be on the same line. So I'll first of all move the shape over here. I'll come here, click. I'll move the shape. Then I'll click within. So don't know why this one does not want to move. But it's still the shape that is moving. Anyway, let me continue. So we've adjusted that one. So let's adjust this one to fit in our charts. Okay. Now this is better. So now let's go and create another. So Control C. Remember what I said, you don't need to go back and start creating your pivot table from the scratch. You can just copy one that you've created and work with that one and paste that one. So new sheets, we need new sheets. So we'll come over here, Control V. Let me bring down my let me pin it. Okay. All right. So let's go and look at what we can use for category. So what insights can we get from this category now? We can just do total revenue made by each category. So let's see the total revenue that each category gave this company. So we'll come over to our sheets again, and then we'll click in here. If it's not showing, you can sorry. Can right click and should be field setting or field list. No, field list. It's supposed to show as cancel. Yeah, it's field list. So we'll come over here. It's not gender we're going to use this time around. We're going to use category. So we'll look for our category. This category. Okay. So as I said before, the sum of transaction amounts made by each category, that's what we are working with. I've already adjusted this, so I don't need to edit it again. But just in case, let me show what I did. So you can do this as average of transaction amounts or sum, that's total. So it depends on what you want to do. So if I want to change this sum to average, I'll right click and then I'll go to the value field setting and then click on sum if I want sum or average if I want average. If I click OK, it's going to change, but I'm just trying to show you. Let me just click on average so it show you that it can actually change. Then for the number formats, you come over here. In case it's in general, you can move it to currency because we want our currency symbol to be showing. So let's just take note of that. So click on OK. Okay. So we don't want the average, we want total. So right click, value field setting, and let's go to sum. So okay. So now that we've done this, we'll now click within, then go to insert and go to recommended charts. Excel is going to recommend this one to us. This one is good. I would have said we should use Pi, but is a lot. The stuff we're checking is a lot. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's still notable, but I feel like a bar chart is better. Rather column cursor column chart is better than that. So let's use this one. Okay. So now to show, then just like we did before, we're going to hide this field button because I mentioned that our slicers are going to be doing that for us. You understand? It's like a personal slicer that this your excuse me that this your chart has. So hide all field buttons. We don't want to see it. It's not needed. Then we'll come over here, chart elements, to look for what we want and what we don't want. So we want chart title. We don't want axis title. We want the axis to be there. We don't want axis title. We want chart title. We don't want data labels. We don't want data table. You just be checking based on what we don't want. Error bars. We don't want grid lines. We don't want legends. It's not important. Okay, so we are satisfied with this, right? So come over here. So we want to change this to, we'll come to home, we want to edit it. We can change this to bold and make it black. So yes, I'm okay with this. We'll do this one to make it black. We'll come over here, let's edit this one first. So we'll change it to total revenue by category. Okay. So now that we've written the name of the chat, you can just click on it again. You double click to change to edit the text and add text you want, and just click on it once just to um change text option. So we'll change this one to, we'll bolden it, make it black too. So now we are good with this. Then for our bar charts, remember what this our bars. I want to make it bigger than this. So it's already on the gap width as I clicked on it. So you just have to come here, click on it because you want to edit this particular this thing. So I don't want the spaces to be too much. That's what it means by gap width. So I'll reduce it. The last time I reduced it to 32. So let's reduce it to 32. Enter. There's still more space. You can reduce it to 20. 20. Enter. You can leave it at this, or you can do more, but I'll just leave it at this. Okay, just like the others, we can underline this one. All right. So now we'll just do Ctrl+C to copy it since we are done with editing. And we'll come over to our sheet 5 here. Close this. Take this one up. And then Ctrl+V to paste. Close this again. Okay, I think it's good this way. All right, so the normal way, the first thing we'll do, we'll work on our bars because we don't want it to disappear when we remove the fill, right? So click on it. We'll change the color. Come over here. Let's change it to, just like we did before, change it to ash, right? This is the color of the ash we use. And then after we do that, we will now click out and click the entire thing, and then we'll do no fill because we don't want it to be showing, and no line. We don't want our border lines to show. So no fill, no line in the borders. And then I think we're done with that one. Then we cannot change this. Remember, we have to go to text option to edit text. So we'll come to text options and we'll choose to change the color to white because we want it to stand out. Come over here to, it's already on that text option. We change it to white too. Come over here, it's under text option, we change it to white too. So I think we are done with this. So it looks good. I think this my ash is too dark. It's not the same as the one I used. Make sure you are, see, if you double click, you just click on only this one. So if you want to know if you're actually formatting the right thing, these 4 dots on the borders is going to show. So it's just showing for this one. So meaning that any edit I do is for this one. So if you want it, you click out and you select so that it will select all of them. You see it's on all of them. So let me change this the color of this one to a lighter ash. So change it to, I think it's this one. Okay. So let's close this. All right. So we already have you already let me so I want to fix this thing to be connected to our slicers too. So I want to check if it's actually connected. So I'll click on this slicer. remember, go to slicer tools, the options, and you come to report connection. So it is already connected. You can see it here. It's already connected. So we don't need to connect it again. So okay. This one, so let's check if it's connected to everything. Sorry, slicers option, report connection is connected to. So I want to add one more slicer. That's the category slicer. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I want to add one more slicer. So I'll come click within and go to insert and go to slicers.
A minute, can we hear from Abigail? Abigail is silent, so we want to
I'm here.
let us
Oh,
hear.
I'm watching you. Good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Up now.
All right. So add the category slicer, click on it and click OK. So the category slicer has been added. So we drag it over here. So we'll adjust it so that it's no overlap on our charts. I want it to be on the same line so that it looks good. So now that we've added the category slicer, we want to connect it to all of this, to our 5 charts. So click on options. We'll click on the slicer first, go to options, and then go to report connection. And then you can see it's only connected to this one that we used to create the slicer. So we'll have to add every other one. Tick all the boxes. Okay. Click on OK. And that's it. So it's now connected. So if we want to check all our slicers, let's say we want to check for January, for adults in January, and then male adults in cosmetics. You can see all the charts that are influenced, by this. So, and even the top 10 customers, they will even bring out um this thing for you. So this is the importance of slicers. It makes you to be able to filter easily. So that's it on our visualization actually. So, and I guess this is the end of our class. So it was nice doing this. So just extra bonus, just in case maybe you do your project and you want to share what you did. I don't know if you already know, but you can just use your slicer to slicer. You come over here, just type slice. I don't know why it's showing me this. Sorry, I say slicer, sniping. Your sniping tool. I've done too much slicers, that's why. You open your sniping tool and you click on new, and then you come over here and drag. You drag it just so that you can copy out. You can take a screenshot of the dashboard you created. So your dashboard is, you have taken a screenshot of it, you save it. So let me save it to, I don't know. Let me save it as Excel 20. Excel code too. Let me just save it as that. Enter. And that's it. So this is the end of our class. Thank you very much. I'll stop here. All right.
Okay, can you share a copy of the dashboard for us on the group chat?
Okay, I'll share it later.
Okay, and so Abigail, would like to hear from you. So, how was your journey?
It was fine. No, my journey was fine. I'm doing one day at a time.
Okay, so we have concluded the Python, the Excel for data analysis, and your project will be distributed to you, and you are expected to complete your project. And thereafter, I believe you have taken a course with us on Python, and you have seen how we work with our projects. We take our project serious, and we make sure that our students work on their project personally. So your project will be distributed by our instructor. So I want you to take it serious and work on it. So thank you, Instructor Zonta. Thank you for today, and we are going to end this class. So good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.